concert, please welcome Soonjin Kim and Sung-Hwa Park.
Hello everyone, good evening. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. And I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Sung-Hwa Park, who is performing alongside me tonight. Sung-Hwa is the fantastic and versatile artist who specializes in piano and keyboard and technique. She is currently a professor at USC, Soonjin School of Music, and has led a multiple of keyboard workshops around the globe. We are so grateful to welcome her here at CGU this evening. With that, I'm going to invite Dr. Park to speak with you all about the piece, the feature pieces before we begin our performance.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. Thank you. So Dr. Kim and I are excited to show these unique works by Bernardo Pasquini. So before we begin, let me give you a brief overview about his Bernardo Pasquini's work and also his keyboard sonatas, which are written only figure-based. Right, so let's get right into it. I prepared some PowerPoint slides, so please follow along with me. Okay, so Bernardo Pasquini lived from 1637 to 1710. He was known as one of the greatest Italian Baroque keyboard virtuosos and improvisers. He was influenced by fresco only and is often regarded as a mentor and teacher of Domenico Scolari, influencing Scolari's early development as a composer. Now, among his many keyboard works, the 14 solo and 14 duo sonatas are particularly unique and notable because they are written using only figure bass. Here's an example of his solo sonatas. As you can see, Pasquini wrote only the bass line, left-hand part, with numbers, which shows what chords should be played. Now, this is an example of his duo sonatas. Once again, he left us just a bass line with figures. Now, we don't know exactly why Pasquini wrote figure bass in his sonatas. But since figured bass was a common practice and an essential skill for a keyboardist at the time, so it may have been a teaching tool for his students. He likely wanted performers to use their creativity and improvisational skills. In any case, this approach allows performers to use their skills of improvisation, a lot of room for personal interpretation, especially with melodic and rhythmic textures. Now at USC, I teach a course called Functional Skills for Keyboard Majors. And one of the key skills that we focus on is the basics of figured bass realization. So let me briefly talk about the class, give you a glimpse of what's included and how we incorporate figured bass into the course. Here's a snapshot of the class where we use digital keyboards because they are much easier to manage and control. I mean, if this room were full of upright pianos or acoustic pianos, it would be chaos. So, the Heckman lab allows us to manage it measures, including scales. So we work on scales in thirds, scales in sixths, scales in tenths, and lower thirds. We do chord exercises, including different types of seventh chords in all inversions, in all keys, and learn the standard chord symbols. Now we cover score reading and ensemble practice using works like Handel's Concerto Grosso, Mozart's Piano Quintet, Schubert's Trapp Quintet, and nowadays digital keyboards replicate instrumental sounds very well, which makes score reading and reading ensemble practice much more effective. Now, one of the skills that we also focus on is modern pop and jazz style chord voicings. We call it extended chord voicings. So we work through harmonic exercises. So students learn the basics of improvisation and how to accompany pop songs. I know I'm moving quickly, just I want to give you a brief overview of the class. Alright, so finally, we focus on the basics of figure bass, realization of figure bass. We start very slowly, starting with root position triads, then gradually introduce inversions, seventh chords, more complex figures such as suspensions, 4/3 suspensions, 7/6, 9/8, double suspensions, triple suspensions, and so forth. Now, here's an example of figure-based material that we often use. Claremont singing, playing, and figure-based collection. So I first show students Claremont realization, then provide a version without the written chords so that they can practice creating their own realization. This is a really excellent method. I followed the same process with Heineken's figure-based examples. So first, they work on the written realization, then provide a practice version which includes only the figure-based. Now in figure-based, certain harmonic progressions, such as those over scales, ascending and descending scales, or a circle of fifth, appear frequently. So students learn these patterns and memorize the patterns by transposing them into all the keys. We often use box chorales where the melody and the figure bass are given. So students complete the realization in 4 parts by supplying the inner voices, alto and tenor parts. Excellent examples for the 4-part harmony and figure bass. Now in this box, blues sonata in E flat, interestingly, there are sections that Bach left only the bass line. So I've added figures for these sections, and students will complete the realization. Now this is an excellent, great example to show them that when they encounter music with unfigured bass lines, then they have the option to fill in the chords rather than playing just the bass line, what's written, and figure out which harmonies blend well with the melody. Now this is a bit different. It's from J.K. Kwan's melodic variational examples. So what Kwan does is Kwan provides a simple motive. See, that is the motive 1, motive 2. And the rest of the examples are variations and improvisation of ideas based on it. So students apply these for improvisation. Now we often use CPE box, the famous figure bass, from his book, The Essay on the True Art of Playing Keyboard Instruments, specifically from the Free Fantasia section. So here is the figure bass, along with CPE box's own realization, demonstrating a fantasy-like, fantasia-like textures, running passages, abrupt changes in tempo, rhythm, mood, and so forth. So students refer to CPE box realization and create their own version of improvisation, with some producing excellent and creative results. So what I've shared so far is the simplest overview of the course, and this is how I incorporate figure bass into my functional skills for keyboard majors. And as you can see, figure bass plays a significant role in my class. Now, on a personal note, when I first encountered the Bernardo Pasquini's figure bass sonatas, both solo and duets, I was fascinated by how beautifully they are constructed, and it inspired me to begin realizing bass sonatas. So I encourage anyone with basic understanding of figure bass to try creating their own versions of these wonderful pieces. So now I'd like for Dr. Kim and myself to perform Pasquini's duo sonatas, and we will begin with number 2. The music on the screen is just the first page of the original bass line Pasquini wrote, and we will begin with a short freestyle improvisation right before each sonata. So we will start with number 2, 6, 13, and 10. Hope you enjoy the performance. the screen is the baseline. I will be taking the repeat with slightly different realization. You to